Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today, Tiffany?
Good morning. I'm actually cold in Spain.
You
It's
are?
it's going into winter and I haven't turned the heating on yet, so I'm in my what I call a blanket, but it's a
Okay.
shawl or whatever.
Yeah, I've got another layer on as well, I must admit, because here in Cape Town, we're not letting go of winter anytime soon. So it is a slow progression. But excited for chatting with you today and jumping here on a live. And while we wait for anybody who's going to be joining us today for this chat, where we are going to be introducing our new theme for the month and our new topics of conversation that help women over 40 with their online confidence. Let's first start with what has been the highlight of your week. Like
Highlight.
this one. Yeah.
Okay. Going camping. It was a public holiday on Tuesday, took the Monday off, and we went camping all the way to Cordoba, which is in Spain, of course, and it is absolutely stunning. So I was able to turn my phone off, disconnect, and just spend time with my family in a campsite amongst the olive groves. So it was amazing.
Ooh, beautiful. Oh my goodness. What a way to start the week. I think that's
Yes.
should be mandatory. Every week should be a 4-day week with a Monday
Absolutely.
away from the office.
And you, Abby?
I would say actually the highlight of my week was also, well, I didn't go camping, but I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday, but my husband and I went walking in the forest. And normally when we try and make going to the forest a daily thing, it's our daily get away from everything digital. And when we do go, he normally goes jogging and I go walking. So we go to the same forest, but he goes in that direction and I go in that direction. But on this particular day, we decided we were going to walk together, and we ended up doing like an hour and a half long walk, and it was absolutely divine. It felt like we were on holiday, and it was just the middle of an average work day. So that was great.
Brilliant. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was. It's so interesting that the highlights are getting away. Disconnecting. It is a real, I think, narrative of the way things are evolving these days. And for those of you who are watching the replay, if you haven't yet watched it, you must check out our live stream that we did last week, Friday, where we were speaking about, disconnecting and making some very intentional choices, and where we actually dropped quite a big bomb, and it seems like a bomb that a lot of people are very on board with and feeling the same with. So we will link that to in the description. We'll link to that live stream replay in the description down below, where we talk about quitting social media. So be sure to go and check that one out after you have watched the rest of this live stream. And so, speaking of which, shall we get back into what we are chatting about today?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Who are we?
Yeah, you go first.
Right. Well, I'm Tiffany, and I help women entrepreneurs with their online marketing, specifically with their online strategy and creating all the systems and processes that they need for their business to be able to run on automatic and build their business through all these different strategies. So that's what I do. And I also am co-creator of the CAF-Innate Academy, where we help women over 40 with their online confidence. So Abby is the content creation queen, specifically photos and videos, live videos, and I help with the lead generation strategies and processes and systems. So we've created this academy. It's a community of women entrepreneurs who are supporting each other, holding each other accountable. We are sharing our knowledge within the academy with masterclasses and all sorts of different content and roadmaps, where we show you step by step which video you need to watch, what you need to do next, so that you can put all these processes in place and build your businesses. So that's me.
Yep. And as Tiffany mentioned, I am a content creator. I'm also an educator and consultant, and I help women with their online content creation, so the physical creation of that with regard to photos and videos, and then also just making sure that everything is aligned, recognizing and doing a deep dive really into who you are in real life and ensuring that how you're showing up in the online space is in alignment. Because I think too many of us have fallen down the trap of putting on a persona, an online persona, and then we wonder why it feels so icky online for us. And that's why, because it's not aligned to who you really are. So yeah, that is what we do, who we are and who we help. So if you are a woman over 40 wanting to get more confident online, then make sure that you watch all the way through this live stream today, whether it's the live or the replay, because what we're going to share with you today is going to help you do just that on a very practical and very helpful level. So with that, shall we? Oh, and we do want to encourage you, whether you are watching this live or the replay, please, if you've got any questions about anything that we are sharing with you today, drop them in the comments, because then we can come back and help you. And if you've got a very specific issue that you're currently dealing with that's coming up for you, let us know, and we'll obviously help you as much as we can in the comments. So make sure that you do drop them there. All righty then. So the 15th, it is the 15th of October, right? Yeah, gosh, we're halfway through this month. And for us, halfway through the month means a new month inside the CAF-Innate Academy, because that's when we introduce our new theme. And so we have an exciting theme this week, or this month rather, and that is the theme of defining your why and creating your offers. So you can see where that alignment is coming in, because it starts with your why and then what are you offering, making sure that you do that. So let's dive deeper into that, shall we? We're going to do a screen share, Tiffany? Or
yeah, should I do? Let me just connect to my screen.
So while Tiffany gets that up and running, we've actually got 2 masterclasses that we're introducing this month, and the themes and why you need to know this. The first one is one that I've created. That's the defining your why, and the reason why we feel that this is such an important part of your online strategy and on your online presence is because when you know why you are doing what it is that you're doing, whether that is, the products and services that you provide, or whether it is the way in which you are showing up in the online space, when you've got a strong why, that's what's going to keep you on track. Because we all know that this online journey can be, it's got its ups and downs, and it can be disheartening sometimes when things are just not going your way, or you've tried something and you're not getting any, or you're not getting the response or the outcome that you had expected or that you were hoping for. And so starting with that clear purpose, that clear reason for you to keep on going, that's kind of like your internal anchor. It brings you back, it keeps you on track, rather than, and I heard a fantastic analogy this week, which has really stuck with me. It's really resonated with me, because I have a tendency as an explorer, and if you don't know anything about archetypes, let me know and I can send you a couple of links. But my explorer archetype gets, shiny object syndrome constantly and all over the place and here, there, and everywhere. And without a solid why, without a solid reason or purpose to keep on going, those shiny objects become serious distractions, become serious, divergent pathways that can take you off track. So having that solid why, and the analogy that I heard this week was, if the aim is to dig a hole, you can be digging 1,000 holes and never getting to the well of water beneath. Whereas if you keep going in one hole with the same amount of time, the same amount of effort, eventually you will reach the water. So think of it that way. And that's what your why does. It keeps you on track and keeps your focus right there. So this is why this is such a foundational topic and why having clarity around that. And I think a lot of people don't have a why. They're borrowing other people's whys. They see other people doing things and, oh, well, because other people are doing it, that's obviously why I should be doing it. That's not enough of a reason. So this is why it's really important to uncover and take the time and go through some very practical exercises to understand and get to what's true for you. What is your true why? What is your true purpose? So yeah, that's this month's masterclass on defining your why. Tiffany?
Yeah, I mean, I also want to add to that, if you don't have a strong why, when you hit roadblocks, and you will hit roadblocks as an entrepreneur, it's a roller coaster. That's what will pull you through if you just keep reconnecting with that. And also it needs to be aligned with who you are. You are unique. And like Abby says, don't copy somebody else's why and what they do, because then it's not authentic to you, and that comes across in your marketing and how you show up online. So this is super, super important that you go through, you work on, and because it's a strong foundation for you so that your business can succeed and you can grow as a woman entrepreneur. And then on my side, I created a masterclass on creating your tiny offer. So tiny offers is what a lot of people are talking about at the moment. They can be called tiny offers, super low offers, self-liquidating offers, but they're all pretty much the same. They are smaller offers that you can then sell in more of a volume, and it gives people a taster of what your core service, your core product is all about. And some people get really intimidated about how to actually create one. They look at other people, they copy, they get inspired from it, but if it's not aligned with your why, it doesn't really work. So I definitely recommend you watch Abigail's masterclass first, get that solid, and then move on to the tiny offer. And the masterclass shows you practically step by step how to create your tiny offer, what elements it should have, what extra bonuses that you can add to your tiny offer combination that will make the value of it much higher. And also important to note that tiny offers, the maximum price is about $47. I also touch on the aspect a little bit on the different prices that you could do for your tiny offer. There is a psychology behind it, and I cover that in the masterclass. And I literally work through a live example with you. So I do it with you. So there are spreadsheets that go with it and a worksheet that you can download and go through it whilst I'm doing it as well. So we can do it together. So it's very, very practical, and you can implement that and get your tiny offer pretty much ready in 1 hour. Either if you do not have a tiny offer, this is for you, but also if you have a tiny offer and it never really worked and you need to revive it, you can use this formula and these steps as well. Yeah, so you get 2 masterclasses this month.
Absolutely. Two very worthwhile and very practical and applicable masterclasses. So we are very excited about this. But this is also a conversation that we just generally want to be having on an ongoing basis. And because oftentimes you are so in your head about things, both on the more philosophical side of what is your purpose, but then also on the very practical side of how do you translate that into something that people would want to buy, and how do you physically go about creating it. So this is a conversation we want to be sparking and having throughout the month of October. So if you do have any questions relating to either of these, please do let us know. Drop a question or a comment beneath this video wherever you are watching it, at whatever time you are watching it. And like we said, we will be very happy to give you our inputs and give you specific advice. And then, we've got some other goodies that are in store for you this month. So let's have a look at what they are.
Am I sharing?
If you can.
I need to find the thing now. Alrighty, so we've covered the master classes, Then we've also got how-to tech tutorials. So part of creating your tiny offer is also to see what your competitors are doing, not to copy them, but just to see what the competitive landscape looks like. It's always good to just have a look, but do it with a pinch of salt, because like we say, you are unique, your offer's unique, so you cannot really compare yourself with somebody else. But it's just important to know what other people are doing. So I've created a how-to video on how you can do competitor research online. I go through the different tools that I use when I do competitive research for my clients and also for myself. My business. So there's different tools that I recommend, and they are free. The free tools, yeah, they're different levels. They're all free, but there are paid versions. But to be honest, I don't use the paid options. I don't really need it. So very practical tips on how to do that. Very, very interesting, and for me, lots of fun, because I do love data and all that kind of stuff. So we can see how much people are spending online, how much traffic they're getting to their websites, where are they getting their traffic from, and lots of other interesting goodies there.
Yeah, and this is such an important part of the whole journey of putting yourself out there. You've got to know what's going on, and other people doing it. And this is where I see a lot of women going wrong, is that they're kind of hesitant to do competitor research because they haven't done the work on themselves, and they find that they get drawn into this trap of comparison and then start beating themselves up that they're not as far along, or that the competitors is doing so much better. And this is really one of those patterns and behaviors and habits that can honestly derail you and your efforts if you are going about it the wrong way. But with a simple reframe, and with what Tiffany is teaching here, is that you realize that this isn't about doing that comparison and making yourself feel bad that you're not as far along the journey as somebody else, but that it's about gathering information. And because when you are gathering that information and you're gaining insight and you're educating yourself, then you're empowered to actually do something. Then you're empowered to actually move the needle on what it is that you're creating. You're empowered to be inspired by what is possible for you, because here's an example of somebody else doing exactly that. And then really getting into the nitty-gritty of, oh, okay, I see. Without this information, if you're not checking, you will be digging those 1,000 holes and not be getting anywhere. So this again helps you hone in on, okay, what's working, what's not working. See, if somebody's being successful, then clearly something they're doing is correct. And what can you borrow from their strategy or their approach to empower you to make progress on yours?
Absolutely. I mean, information is power. So definitely have a look at that. Look at the how to do competitor research online. It's a very quick video, and I just find it fascinating. It's just really helps me along.
And we're all nosy. We just want to know what other people are doing anyway.
You can check out all these big guys and see what they're doing. It's actually mind-blowing how much traffic they get to their website, how much money they're spending on advertising. You'll be surprised some companies don't spend anything on advertising. It's just really interesting to see.
Wow, incredible. I'm excited about that one.
And then what do we have? We have under the downloadables, we have 2 supporting documents to our masterclasses. So one is the Defining Your Why downloadable, and the other one is the worksheet and planner that I mentioned in the masterclass, so that you can actually do the task with me, do the work with me. So there you go. You can just download it and get going. Yeah.
So very practical. I always find, there's a wealth of knowledge that can be found, but it's until you implement the knowledge and do the exercises and actually apply what you are learning that's where the change happens. So yeah, great.
Yeah, I mean, cool. You can watch videos until they're coming out your ears. But if you don't actually implement the work, do the work, then you're not going to get the results. So that's why we encourage you, when you watch the masterclasses, to focus on that masterclass, do the work, and only once you've done the work, move on to the next one, so that you can build on top of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
And then lastly, we've got the new stock images, which is the online offer theme, and that's being currently uploaded. So here you have also, if you want to look back, you can go back to
I can share my screen and show you them.
All right, let me just hide mine.
Share screen. I've been working on them this morning. So here we go. All images to help you with just communicating your offer. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, a whole bunch of images, because images speak 1,000 words, right? And so we want to be creating and using these for our opt-in pages, using these for our social media posts. Having your sales pages with all the visuals that kind of align. So yeah, these are the images that we are adding to the library.
Yeah, these are all custom made. I mean, Abigail does these. You will not find them in any other stock library at all. So they're completely unique, which is special, because otherwise, I mean, so many times I've seen the same photo on lots of different websites and it just gets boring.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
So that's a lot of content for this month. We've been working hard.
We've been working overtime this month, but it's all good. It's all for a good cause, and because we know our why. We know why we're doing it. And oh gosh, I mean, it's so interesting that the highlights of our week were when we stepped away from work and we just, did all of that. But it's so crucial that we've got that why, because when you're building out your products, when you're building out your offers, it can feel like this is just too much to do. This is just too much to take on, and it feels like it's never ending, and it feels messy, and it feels like, is this even going to work? But when you know why you're doing it, how it fits into the bigger ecosystem, how it fits into your future vision for the kind of lifestyle that you do want to be living, where as opposed to having one day off during the week, you've got one working day during the week. How divine would that be? And because of all the foundational stuff that you're doing now, putting into place, structuring, putting in the work and the effort, your future self will thank you for it. And so we are walking our talk here, right? We don't claim to have it all sorted out, and we're nowhere near where our vision is, but we're showing up and we're doing the work, and that's what we want to encourage you to do. That it's possible. It is possible.
Absolutely.
There was another quote I heard: tiny tweaks create massive peaks.
Nice. Beautiful.
I read that this morning. I like that. So just one little step at a time, you create one thing here, you create one thing there, and then eventually it all compounds. And then you realize, oh my goodness, I've created something incredible. So that's exactly what we're doing here.
Focused and have a strategy, not just creating absolutely everywhere.
For the sake of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we're here to guide you through that whole process.
Absolutely. So do let us know if you've got any questions. What are you working on? Let us know. What are you creating? Do you have a tiny offer that you are currently building? Are you already selling it? Are people already getting value from it? Or is it just an idea at the moment? Where are you in the tiny offer process? And also, where are you in regards to your purpose and your why? Does it feel like you are on track, that you're on the right road, or are you way off course? Is it time to do a reset? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear.
Kim's with us. Nice to hear your voices, ladies. Sounds like some fantastic new content. Yes, thank you.
It is. Hi, Kim. If we do say so ourselves. But it is. It's very exciting, because this is not just theory. This is practical. This is doing the work. And like we said, it all compounds in the end. So Kim,
sorry. And then all this content that we're creating, are all part of our roadmaps. So we are taking you through the whole process, and specifically from this month, the whole year, the worth of content that we are creating is literally step by step to create your offers, to create all the different landing pages, thank you pages, all the mechanisms that go in there, all the content that needs to go with it, even through promotion of the offers. We are taking you through this whole journey through our different masterclasses, which form part of our roadmaps. So we encourage you to come with us. And we're doing it once a month, new content, because then it's easier to digest than if we just throw all the content at you. And it's also easier for us to create the content because we're creating it with you in mind. So we definitely cherish the feedback that we get from you. If you have any struggles, any feedback, we will then create the videos and the content for you to help you through these stages, because most of the time other people have the same questions. So we encourage you to speak up so that we can help everybody, as many people as possible.
Absolutely. And we're creating the content in response to your struggles, both within the Academy for our members, but also here on our YouTube channel. So if you're not yet subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, because as well as having our member content plan, we also have our YouTube content plan. And as we mentioned at the beginning of this live chat last week, we did a live session where we spoke about how we are quitting. Oh, nearly fell off my chair. And how we are quitting social media. And the response we got from that was incredible. And it seems that this is something that so many people, so many of you have been thinking about. We have said what you have been thinking. And a lot of you felt like it was kind of giving you permission to follow the same, journey. Obviously, everybody's journey is different, and what that means for you, you have to decide. But for us, what it means is coming off of Facebook, coming off of Instagram, and focusing wholly and completely on YouTube as a platform, because it is a search engine. But you can go and understand and hear all of our other reasons for quitting social media on that live stream, which we have linked to in the description and in the comments. We'll put a link in the comments. But it's content like that we're also going to be creating on this YouTube channel. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you can follow along. And as Tiffany said, we have 9 different roadmaps. Isn't that? No, it's 8 different roadmaps for everything that women over 40 need to feel confident online. From the lead generation side, which is Tiffany's expertise, and then the content creation side, which is my expertise. And so those roadmaps exist, and we are creating both member content and YouTube content around those different roadmaps. So if you're wanting to get more confident online, make sure that you do subscribe so that you don't miss any of the videos that we're going to be sharing with you in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and then all we need to talk about are the next live events, right? So going together with these masterclasses and the content that's in the Academy, we have every month a live Q&A session with both Abby and myself. So if you're struggling with anything, you're stuck, or you just want to talk about something relating to your online confidence, that's what these sessions are for, so that we can literally address your problems right there and then. If you can't make the live sessions, which is the next one's coming up on the 22nd of October, at 11 Central European Standard Time. I think that's what it stands for. That's next Friday. It gives you a chance to go through the masterclasses, the content, try it all out, and then come chat to us on the live Q&A. If you can't make it live, there is the replay, and you can also pre-submit the questions so that we can answer them in the live session. I've got a fly flying around my head.
That's okay. We'll have to name him.
Fred. I don't know.
Fred the fly. Welcome, Fred. Anyone's welcome. Yeah. So you've got 1 week, right? And if you're not yet a member of the CAF-Innate Academy, you can access everything we've just spoken about, both all the content we've shared with you on this live call, but everything else, all the roadmaps, all the rest of the content in the toolkits, access absolutely everything for 1 week. Have a nosy around, see what we're doing, see what's coming. You'll see that our roadmaps are already mapped out for our members so that they know what is coming their way in the coming months. And yeah, you get access to that absolutely free. Just use that link, CAF-Innate.com/1-week, and come join us and have a nosy round. Watch the masterclass and then come and join us back here on Friday, same time, same place, and come with your very practical questions. So if you are getting lost at all with your defining your why or with creating your tiny offer, then we are here to help you, whether you remember or not. We're going to be answering your questions. So make sure that you do come and ask them. So this is your nudge to start working on those things, and you've got a week to implement. Remember that nothing changes until you actually start implementing what it is that you're learning. So we're very action orientated here in the Academy. Like, you must get the things done. Otherwise it's all just theory that swims around in your head.
I mean, how many courses have you bought online and started, or not even started, and you just never finish it and look at it or implement it? Yeah. So that's what we want to discourage. We would like you to take the action. So that's why in the Academy, very much about accountability. The support you get from the community is also amazing. So the next casual coffee chat for members only will be on the 29th of October at 10:30 in the morning. And this is very special. You're able to connect with each other, just support each other. The connection is just so amazing and so important. When we are working on our businesses alone, it's a very lonely time. So once a month we meet up, and we could do more if we would like to, but at least once a month we connect, we reflect on our month that we've just gone through, any struggles. We can vent, we can cry, we can laugh together. We can have coffee, we can have Carvel champagne if we feel like it. And then we set goals for the next month so that we can keep moving forward, and we get the support from all of us, the whole of the CAF-Innate Academy crew. Yeah. Yes. So if you're a member, please join us. If you're not a member and you would like to attend, join us on the 1 week free. Experience everything. Join our Telegram group and connect with all the other women over 40 who are also wanting to build their online confidence.
Yeah. And here's something that you and I were talking about this week, Tiffany, and maybe now is a good time to just mention it and get feedback, is about co-working sessions. When it comes to that accountability and it's a set time every week, and then showing up and doing the work, like we said, like taking action on what it is that needs to get done. So not necessarily talking to each other, but just showing up live on a video stream, kind of like this, but then getting on with what it is you're doing. Because if you're like me, then you'll sit down. Normally, if you're not being held accountable by anybody else, I will sit down on my computer and say, okay, I must do this. But then 5 minutes into doing that, something pings or something comes up, or then my mind goes elsewhere, and then I'm doing 3 things at once. And then I'm like, what was I doing? And then I'm all over the place. And then by the end of the day, and I literally did this yesterday, I was like, 6 o'clock came, I'd been working all day. I'm like, what did I do today? I don't know what I did today. So that having those pockets of, intentional accountability focused work sessions together, is that something that you'd be interested in? Let us know in the comments. And when would that work well for you? What time of day would work well for you? What day of the week would work well with you? And would you be interested in doing that if we started offering? Let us know.
Absolutely. I'd love to give it a go, because I do exactly the same as Abby. End of the day, what have I accomplished? No, yesterday was a good day for me. I managed to design a website in the 3 hours. Yeah, it was a big working block, but I'm so glad I did it. And so having that extra accountability with other fellow women entrepreneurs would be great. So let us know if you're interested in that.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got a jam-packed month ahead for this theme: defining your why, creating your tiny offer, Very important. Let us know how you get on with it. Let us know what your struggles and challenges are with it, or what your successes are with it. And I think that's about it. Nothing else. We've given you the dates of our Q&A session next week. And I think that is it, right?
That's it. We can end the stream.
Fabulous. Start this Friday. Get going on this weekend. So thank you so much for joining all of us. Thank you for watching the replay. Leave your comments, leave your questions down below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Check out the 1 week free link if you haven't already. And otherwise, we shall see you next week, Friday, for the Q&A session.
Absolutely.
Cool. Bye, everyone.
Bye.